this alternative. In terms of even spirituality, we need an alternative if we have to call it Bible, but it has to be an African own. African education, African everything needs its own history, like you're saying.
We need to rethink about them. Of course, we need to have a paradigm or a system or a rule that entails the African values and the African way of life. If it is a book, we should go for it. Why not revisit the Pan-African agenda? I mean, in its reality, going to look into the issues that have been advocated for by those Africans. Put everything in document and put it in papers and make sure that we transform this in all generations.
Correct.
We teach the child the values and the principle of Kroma. We teach the child the value and the principle of Gavi. We teach the child the value and the principle of orders and orders. So that is what we need to do. But today, we don't even know them. Ask me about Nkrumah. What the only thing I can tell you, yes, Ghanaian president. He took Ghana to independence. After all, why? What? And he has been fighting for the African continent. You come to countries like the Gambia, we have our own individual who stood for this country, fought for the country, at the same time fought for the African continent. But today we don't know them. We don't even have them in our curriculum. We don't learn about them in school. So that is exactly what we need to change. In order for us to have a breed of new leadership, we must revisit the history of the continent by the pioneers and those that struggle for our liberation. Their ideas, their principles, we need to learn them. We need to understand them. But if we don't do that, we'll continue to have those comparators where you have a group of elites sponsored by outsiders, trained by outsiders, and then imposed on us by outsiders, and we will not have anything to do by it. That is why I said, if we all think that leadership is the problem of Africa, because that is what you hear every day. You speak with somebody, they will tell you, our problem in Africa is not all this. It is just the leadership style. Yes, I agree. Leadership is the problem today. But how do we change it? Do we change the leadership problem by traveling to the West and stay there? No, we don't. What we really need to do is understand that as a problem and then work on the solutions. And the solution to that is equipping the youths of this generation, making sure that they understand the real value of the African continent, making sure that they understand what the continent really needs to solve its own problem. And therefore, we can do a lot of things together. But without understanding this, we cannot. And we don't solve that leadership problem by staying in the West and insulting them every day. No, they will continue to live here. They will die, their sons and daughters will take over.
Correct.
So in order for us to change it, the mindset has to change. We need to understand the African continent, and we need to work as one another to make sure that we implement the African agenda in reality.
Yes, we need these practical solutions. And the first thing that we are talking about is this education. And one thing that I want to congratulate you that you've been saying is that even us, the adult, don't even know the education to be able to teach. So it means we need to really go back to form this kind of academic structures and scholars that are only focused on the Pan-African philosophy, or the philosophy of Ubuntu, exactly like you said. We don't need to go to school to just learn kindness. We don't need to go in churches and synagogues for someone to tell us to be nice to ourselves or to love one another. We already have them deeply rooted in us. And now we're seeing that all these institutions are the institutions that are also sponsored by the Eurocentric ideas and philosophies on the continent, and that are draining our women and our children and locking them up into this society.
Please subscribe to the channel so that you can get more interesting videos like this. Wow.
Thank you for watching our videos. We'd like like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this.